think when we look at mobile user experiences within e-commerce, there are a lot of areas of improvement, but what we still see is that sites generally focus very much on advanced order detections, jQuery, credit card detections, and whatever, which have some kind of an impact. But there's still a lot of the foundational elements like the ground structure, which isn't that well worked through, or rather it's worked through quite well by the site, but it doesn't align with what users expect when navigating a mobile e-commerce site. So we often see that there is some kind of discrepancy between what the site develops and how users actually interpret a mobile e-commerce site and what kind of, you could say, behavioral patterns that they have on that given site. One of the most, an example of a quite important aspect we see when designing mobile e-commerce sites is when the user progresses to the checkout process and they have progressed from the cart step and are now having typically a handful of options like sign into an account, register for an account, and sometimes guest checkout. We see that some sites have designed it in a way where sign in is the uppermost option and register is the second option, and then out of view, because the keyboard takes up the vast majority of the screen, or just general design elements take up the vast majority of the screen, out of view is the guest checkout option. And when testing sites like that, we see that it's up to 60% of all users that overlook the guest checkout option just because it's placed out of view, and the first option they then see is the register button. And that actually means that despite the site have actually created a guest checkout flow, users, or 60% of users, will not discover that guest checkout flow. And in that way, the layout of the page is actually as severe as not having a guest checkout option at all. So I think that is an example of the level of detail that we need to pay. That we really need to pay attention to when designing mobile e-commerce sites. And that's a classical example actually of what goes wrong with design departments sit and have long meetings where they show full page screenshots of how is this page supposed to look like, and then forget that users will never ever be able to see more than this much of the page at once. So that complete lack of overview and getting lost on the same page, that is really something where we need to emphasize with the users and really understand that they have absolutely no overview. If they can't see it right here and right now within this little subsection of the page, then they will not be able to get it if it's a message higher up the page or a message lower down the page. I think to many degrees the platform is still quite new and it's still quite rapidly evolving. So in many ways there haven't been that many years to really find out how do we best design for this platform. Yes, it's been around for 5, 6, 7 years, general mobile e-commerce sites, but it's really not that long, considering that all of the rules that we knew before are all of a sudden changed because the screen is vastly smaller, so there is no page overview. We don't have any right-click options with the mouse because the user have a direct touch interface. It's all these constraints and general platform constraints that we aren't that used to. So we haven't really established a finished rule set. We don't have that in desktop either, but we had quite a longer time to mature our design patterns in a desktop environment, and that way it's still like exploring uncharted territory, you could say, when we design for mobile e-commerce sites. One of the reasons that we are still seeing a lot of mobile e-commerce sites having issues with just getting basic and fundamental usability aspects right is because to some extent it's still quite a new platform. There is still sort of a degree of exploring the unknown. It's in many ways uncharted territory. It's been around for some years, but not nearly as long as desktop sites. So we don't have these established patterns to the same extent on mobile, in a mobile context or in a mobile platform. And that way, there's still a lot of exploring going on what works and what doesn't work. Yeah, I think in general, when we are designing for mobile platforms, mobile websites, and especially mobile e-commerce sites, I mean, there is a lot of things to account for, but I think one of the most fundamental principles is accounting for the lack of page overview. And a good way to do that is when we work as designers and in design meetings and in usability evaluation meetings, then it's quite important if we can try to avoid showing full page screenshots entirely, because users don't have that luxury. And as soon as we as internal designers and at meetings have seen that full page screenshot, we know the structure of that page, we know there's going to be a review section in the bottom, we know there's going to be a primary button at the bottom of the page. But when users are actually interacting with that page, they will only ever be able to see a very small portion of that site at once due to the viewport size. So therefore, users don't really have that luxury, and therefore we shouldn't have that as well in our design meetings, because it's not really an option that the end user is having. So avoiding those full page screenshots in mobile design and evaluation processes, I think is a great start to making better mobile designs that users can actually rely upon and use.